Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Paint Minis Live. I'm your host, Bill T. Today, we're going to be finishing up our project here with the uh, treasure pile for our beloved Red Dragon before it gets shipped back to Bill Sylvie. Hi there, Todd. Good to see you as always. I appreciate the show of support for the channel. Todd's a good friend of ours over here at Paint Minis, and he's always on the lookout for us. So I appreciate that. Just gonna make sure that we've got everything we need for a fantastic stream tonight. So this is our piece, yeah. It's kind of just primed and gray to start with. We've got I've got some hot glue going in the background. We're gonna go and have. I'm not sure where this cork was from, but I'm pretty sure it was from a Great Night. But so we're gonna mount it here on this cork, just so we have something a little bit easier that's not gonna fleck off the priming that we've already done in our previous episodes. Todd, how you doing tonight? It's good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Yeah, if you like what we got going here at Paint Minis Live, consider bringing a friend that you think might like our stuff here. And don't forget to go ahead and take a look at other smaller channels that you might like and show them some love and support too. We've got quite a few that we recommend over here at Paint Minis that in turn have kind of helped us find our feet. Thank you to Sarah, by the way. We put out our first Instagram post, which was a little dealio with the dragon in it, and we're finally up there. So that's pretty cool. I thought that was just neato kino. I'm not so social media inclined, but I'm kind of wrapping my head around it as a way to just kind of spread the good word of painting minis, because I love it and I hope you do too. So I'm slowly but surely kind of wrapping my head around what to do with that. Well, there you go. If Todd was doing any better, there'd be another clone. Although I'm pretty sure that's a sheer sign of the apocalypse in some culture somewheres. I'm gonna get this bad boy mounted up, and we're gonna start off. My plan with this is we're gonna go do basically the same thing as we did with our other kind of custom base, where we're gonna go and do. We're gonna start with a warm yellow base because no matter what, if there's an area that's not quite covered by this next color, which is rich gold, that we're going to be painting second, you'll still have that yellow shining through, and it'll just kind of blend in. Sometimes the metallics don't cover so well, so if you at least have some yellow on there, it should be good to go. Finally, we're going to give ourselves a dusting of bright gold, just to bring out a bit more contrast for our mini here. And that's kind of going to be our process. The rest, we've got a couple little treasure chests that are in here. We've got a shield that we're going to paint too, but I think we can definitely do some masking and whatnot to give ourselves some more depth and feel in this piece particularly. So with that, let's see if this glue gun is ready. And what do you know it is? So I'm gonna get this mounted up. I'll be right back, and then we're gonna get the spray booth going. Check out RPG Grandma over on YouTube. She had a kind of a fun live stream today about this new space game that she picked up, and I was in there for just a minute, but they were talking about all kinds of really cool stuff in there, like the different ways the ships could generate gravity and stuff. So if you're kind of into some nerdy role playing space games kind of thing, it's made for a game called Traveler. Go ahead and take a look at that. Um, so definitely take a look at that. Uh, Again, our usual thank you to the Delver for providing us this work of art to practice our skills on, and as well as Dungeon Minister and James Keck Publishing. Um, James Keck, he's been working on some really cool, light. Some of them are a bit more crunchy systems. He's got some lighter ones that are really easy to get a group into. Some of them are a bit heavier. And then our own Tonka Todd has been plugging away on his own game system, which I hope to be able to talk more about in the future when he's got some more info for us. But when that happens, we're going to be plugging away on that. I've got a little banner going on down at the bottom, down there, I think. Yeah, there we go. For Keck Publishing, you can find him on RPG Drive-Thru too, as well as Lulu and some other places. Lulu just kind of fit in there really nice without having any letters or numbers. But with those things said, because we do like to thank the people that help us grow and kind of reach out to other people in our community and our hobby. So I try and give them a nice shout out whenever I can. So I enjoy using hot glue. I'm pretty sure this has got to be cool enough that this light isn't going to do anything. Yeah, it's not doing anything. But I like using hot glue as a armature medium instead of like any other glues or tapes or whatnot, just because it comes off really clean. And now I have to remember to unplug that so that it doesn't get too hot. Who else can we kind of go on a bit of a PR rant for? Mini Wargaming. Thank you to Mini Wargaming. They actually provided the gift a while back. I was thinking about that just the other day. They provided the gift that was won by none other than Tonka Todd. And for our giveaway stream. So thank you to Mini Wargaming and their channel. They did some really cool 3D printed like kind of they called it like Warriors of Chaos or something. Oh no. They called it the Damned. That's what it was. And they're like all turncoat soldiers. Kind of messed up in the head by chaos. So go and check their stuff out too. Those guys are huge. They do all kinds of really cool stuff. And I would definitely take a minute to go and see their stuff too. What else do I have to say? Not really much. It looks like the compressor is up to pressure now. I use a compressor with a tank on it. It's kind of what I use just because I get so close to the model that I need the continuous pressure. I know some people, when they first get into airbrushing, they have just a regular compressor that has like a piston in it that compresses the air, but they don't have a tank with it. And if you start doing like really detailed work, what you'll find is you'll get like little dots that happen on the model that are like really small. but that's if you go like really close into it. If you're doing like a basing or something like that, just get away with whatever you can get your hands on, honestly. I'm thinking we're just about ready to go. Let me fire up the spray booth here. So I've been kind of contemplating. We have a website, paintpinslive.com, and we have that as kind of a bit of a info about the show, who we are, previous guests on the show, some of our friends on the channel and such. But I've kind of been thinking about maybe doing some like digital stuff on there for people that want to know more. Just about like tips and tricks, and maybe doing like some actual like class stuff on there. And part of that would just be it would be really affordable. But I would kind of put that up there as a way you can kind of dig your teeth into miniature painting in a bit more of a streamlined fashion. I know we do a lot of chin wagging over here on Paint Minis. But if you're kind of just looking for a place where you could take some time and watch it at your leisure, and kind of like get to learn about an airbrush or how to thin your paints, which I mean you can kind of find that anywhere. But if you wanted to, dig into that, it would be a way for the channel to help recuperate some of the costs for software and just like other things. But you could get it all from the streams too. This show is just a bit more long format, and a bit more communal too. But I've kind of been considering that if anybody out there, either now or in the future, thinks that might be a great idea, or you have ideas. That's really odd. It sounds like I'm talking off the mic. Oh, how about now? Is it any better? That's really. I haven't had that before. Let's give you a quick 2 seconds to figure that one out. Okay. Come on then. Oh, hey, that's what's going on. Okay. How about now? I appreciate that. I didn't even see that I had not gotten the it was actually coming over the webcam by accident. How's that? We kind of back up to snuff now? Okay, nice. So I've been kind of kicking around some ideas to about things like that. Maybe different techniques for masking different products and such. Kind of doing some painting masterclass kind of stuff. That'll be a little bit more concise and a bit more to the point than our kind of community shows that we do here live. And I'll probably end up making some kind of announcement or something for that in the future. But if you happen to have any ideas for something you'd like to see out of that, whether you're watching this now or in the future, you could just toss them in the comments, and I'd be more than happy to do my best to accommodate whatever anybody wants to learn. Also, that was the last thing I wanted to talk about. Shout out to another channel here on YouTube, D and Disability. D and Disability talks about role playing games and disabilities, and how different mechanisms to that you can use in your role playing table or around your table to help accommodate other people in different situations. So one thing that I've kind of been contemplating too is maybe reaching out to D and Disability and asking some more questions regarding how to teach painting to people that are that have different levels of vision. And I was kind of thinking, maybe one way, and I kind of want to talk to him about it, but like maybe one way you could do it is having your thumb on the model, and then following up. I'll just show you. We'll just kind of see if this does anything. But if you had your thumb on the model and you were like, okay, yeah, there's my chest, and then you had your paintbrush, and you kind of choked up on your paintbrush a bit, and you just kind of brace the metal part or wherever you start to feel the paint, and then just kind of sliding your thumb back, so you've got kind of a way to map out your model and draw and to put your paint down on your miniature. But I'd like to hear what he's got to say about painting minis and how to bring that to folks that might be in a different situation. I think that's going to be really a neat conversation to have, and something that'd be really interesting to cover on the show. So right now I'm just priming all the gold and yellow, and this will probably be a couple passes that I'm going to do with this, just because we're doing yellow over a dark color. All right. So this base here was the actual like original base that came with the model that Bill sent me as well. And we have that other custom base that we did with kind of the flagstones that he wanted. And you could with this yellow trick here, I mean, you could do this with a brush too. I'm just kind of doing it with an airbrush, since it's kind of my preferred weapon of choice for these larger projects, just because by the time you get around to going back to that other layer, and since we're doing this live, by the time you get back to that other layer, it's basically dry, and that helps me actually do this show and be able to paint these things live. Otherwise you'd have to kind of set it aside and let it wait for the layers to dry. And if you just got a regular brush and you're doing this, just give it a little time. Part of this is patience too. So that's what I would recommend, is just give your piece some time to set and settle. It's kind of like a steak or something, you want to let it rest between coats, especially if you're going to go like I am over a dark color. It's going to take you a couple of layers to get that done with just a standard brush. I've also been kind of trying to work out a schedule that's going to fit in with life here, so that I can continue to bring in some consistent stuff for everyone to watch, and I'm just trying to work that in. with life and maintain a healthy balance between hobby and work and home life. So look around on the channel there soon for a streaming schedule, and it's probably gonna, our Saturday stream here is definitely gonna change. In the future here. And what do you know? I just got notified that I have been double booked. That's fun. So we're gonna have to take number 2 Electric Boogaloo this thing. Because I have a theme song that needs some love and attention. But we're gonna get a nice coverage of yellow on here, and then I might actually. I'm kind of thinking I'll come back. But as you can see, kind of got to go find that happy medium there of balance. I've been trying really hard to make sure that I can get this project back out to Bill, so he can put this dragon back in his collection in a timely manner, while also maintaining that level of oh wow, yeah, everything is kind of out of focus here. Let's see here. I'm gonna move you just a little bit more that way. As you can see, we're building it up. I also updated our website to reflect some of our newer projects that are coming around the corner. Namely, the Dungeon Ministers Skeleton Warriors. And I am really excited for that project because we are going to be learning how to do, well, at least my way on how I would go about doing large armies and kind of assembly line painting or manufacturing line style painting with those. And I know probably a lot of people that are going to be watching this in the future are going to have huge amounts of models to paint in some games. So I am really looking forward to that. And those are on their way. They should be here sometime this week, actually. Well, let's see here. No, beginning of next week. So unfortunately, the stream here, we're only going to be on for another couple of minutes here. At the 8 o'clock hour, I'm going to have to scram. And I'll be away for a bit. So short stream tonight, just enough so that we can get a good, healthy start on this bad boy. We'll come back to it tomorrow, so that we can knock out the gold on here in good old-fashioned rich gold. there's a lot of paint on here too, so I'm kind of thinking it's not a bad idea to maybe uh, leave this alone for a bit and just cure. Just because I've been putting down a lot of paint. That was almost an entire color cup that I've gone through, which is okay. It just has taken more than I thought would be required for this project. But we have a beautiful base to start with here. Also, I'm not sure why our friend Mr. Camera here is having such a hard time with the focusing. That's okay. We'll have pretty pictures of this up, I'm sure, a little bit later on. I don't know how this would have been molded. It's just such a unique shape, which I find kind of astonishing. How they would have originally done this. It is a pretty cool piece to think that this is all just metal. All right. Just doing a little touch-up work on a couple of places here, down next to our treasure chest and whatnot. I mean, already that's looking pretty good, but we're really gonna make it shine in the next stream here. So Friday night is gonna be a fun one for us as we kind of celebrate all of the hard work that we've been doing. I didn't even realize there's a horse there that I totally didn't catch. I thought it was wood from the chest or something, like it had broken down, but it's like a unicorn or a horse. And I am clear out of paint. So with that said, there's our now based our based treasure pile for our dragon to sit on should the wonderful Mr. Bill Sylvie decide to mount it on one or the other, or just wants to change it up and it's like, I'm gonna put him back on that one for a little bit. That is all good to go. One thing that I've started doing, kind of a cool little tip for you, is I'm taking just kind of a older brush that I have. This one's like an Artist Loft or whatever. I picked a bunch of these up at one point. And I've started kind of scrubbing out the color cup on this airbrush. And I would kind of recommend that too for anybody else who's looking at doing airbrush work. It's just something to kind of jam in there, but it has bristles, nice and soft. I'll kind of just run it around in the color cup to mix it with the water that I end up dumping. And that procedure, that I do with the little squirty bottle and right into the color cup, I make sure not to actually run that through the airbrush until the very last step. And I kind of clean out the color cup real quick and dirty but I'll clean it out and then just dump it into my kind of discharge cup here. And that makes sure that you don't get any fine particulates down into the more sensitive cavities of your airbrush. And it also prevents clogging. Let me just kind of put you over there. And now I'll reload with some water and go into the actual like spraying discharge pot. Hey, how's it going, Sapphire? I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be dipping out of here real in just a minute. Kind of a short stream tonight. I was just telling everybody I'm gonna be trying to publish a new kind of streaming schedule because I've been trying to balance this with life a little bit, and I'm finding it a little difficult. So I'm going to put out a new streaming schedule, but it would appear as though I've been double booked tonight. So I'm actually going to have to sign off here. But I appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for coming. I'll show you the progress we made tonight. This is the original OG treasure pile that we've got. And now it's based in this really nice warm yellow color in preparation for Friday's stream, which we'll be doing rich gold for our shades on the coins, and then we'll be doing a bright gold here for the highlights that are going to go over it. But thanks for stopping by, everybody. I appreciate it. Kind of a short one tonight, but we'll be back on Friday with some more live mini painting action. We'll talk to you then. Thank you very much, and everybody have a good night.